Hi everyone, this is Liz from Experiential Mindfulness Melbourne. Today I'd like to talk to you about how mindfulness can help you find out who you really are. So we all take on roles, social roles. So we all are, daughter, mother, son, father, wife, husband, partner, employee, business owner, and so on. We take on a multitude of social roles in our lives. And then we identify with these roles so that we can actually think that these roles are who we are. And these roles, we have expectations, there's social expectations that we should behave, and we ourselves internalize these expectations, how we should behave in a certain way as a good daughter or as a good mother, and so on. But it's not really who we are. These are just social roles, they're just social personas that we take on. And as a result, a lot of people don't really know who they really are, what they're really about, what they're really passionate about. I know I meet a lot of people in that situation, and for me it was the same for a very long time. So I know that I lacked direction for a really long time. A lot of things that I did, I was very reactive, so I did a lot of studies because I wanted to prove my parents wrong. I wanted to prove that I was smart, plenty smart, so I did all this and proved myself as well. But it wasn't because out of a passion. It wasn't because I knew whether that was really what I was about or not. I also moved a lot, cities, countries, because I always felt that that of course the grass was greener somewhere else, and one day I would find happiness by keep moving. And so a lot of the things that I did, it wasn't certainly because I knew what was really right for me, what I valued, or certainly it wasn't the case. And also we really identify with our thoughts a lot of the time and our emotions. So we think, if we're angry, if we're anxious, if we have anxiety, if we're depressed, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, I'm angry, I'm an angry person, I'm a depressed person. So we really become identified with these. Which makes it, of course, which very limits the things that then we can do. So it's not just for me that eventually over time with a lot of work, and it wasn't just mindfulness, I did other modalities in personal development as well. I was able to also connect with what my true passions were. What really made me tick, what my life purpose was, and that took me a really, really long time to get there. But mindfulness also really helped a lot in certain ways. So I'll tell you a few of the ways in which mindfulness really helps, also connecting with who you really are. First of all, by having more self-awareness. That's very important, because through mindfulness we become aware of our thought patterns, how they affect us, how they impact on how we feel and how we experience the world, and how we behave. Then through this awareness we're able to also realize that it's not actually who we are. We are not our thoughts and emotions, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to create that distance to become the observer of our thoughts and emotions. And we realize, the more we practice mindfulness, the more we realize that these, there's a lot of things that we believe that, we learned as children. A lot of them don't really serve us anymore. They're not always very helpful, but we still reproduce them. And a lot of these really limit ourselves and what we can do. But this is not who we are. It's just things that we learned, that we internalized. Also, through more awareness, we get more choice. More choice because we realize that, okay, well, I can choose right now to feel miserable, or actually I can just let the thought go, say, okay, well, I've got that thought right now that my life is not quite what I want, and I can let it go, and I can choose to focus on things that I have in my life right now. Or I can just choose to focus on the present moment and connect with my breath. So having that choice also means connecting to what really rings true for you. More and more you can connect more with what rings true, really true for you. Also, mindfulness helps you trust yourself a lot more and your intuition. And it's the same for me. For a really long time, as I didn't trust myself at all. It's almost I felt like I was totally disconnected, really. The way I behaved or what I said, it's almost like I felt like I didn't have any control over it. I felt so separate. And now mindfulness has really helped me so much. Now I trust myself a lot more. I trust more my intuition. I'm just much more connected to myself. Because also through mindfulness, you'll like yourself and appreciate yourself more. You'll also be able to discover more who you really are, rather than just those beliefs and what you think you are. It'll also give you more self-confidence, and that helps discover therefore all the things you can do, because the more confidence you have, then you're able to do more. You're able to do things that you thought maybe you couldn't do. So it's really opening up doors and possibilities. And I've told this story before about, for a long time, even though I always loved singing, but I never really thought about it as being something that I could really do, that it was really a true passion. I never let myself go there because I didn't have enough confidence. So also through having more self-confidence, you can then be more courageous. Just push yourself more out of your comfort zone, which is what I did with music and singing, which I do with a lot of things these days, more certainly than I used to when I was younger. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.